on the agenda, we will go down to approvals.
Hold on.
You should write it.
Hold on one second. I'm at-
Yeah, okay. And Blake told me he was, oh, there it is over here. Okay, Blake. Approvals.
Do your approvals first.
Yeah, I thought that's what you said.
But you, I guess we
Okay, we'll go, okay, approval of the minutes, October 17th minutes.
move to approve.
All in favor say aye. Thank you. Minutes of a call meeting on November 6th.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Thank you. Financial,
Abstains on that one, I was better.
okay. We have financial information.
Move to approve financial statement.
Second. All in favor say aye. Thank you. Okay, down to approvals.
First from George.
Is that the same, that's the exact same memorandum that we just approved for the airport authority dealing with the taxes prorated for the remaining years. So we're going to memorandum from the IBA, the airport authority, county, and schools.
Move to approve the MOU with the Board of Commissioners.
Any second? No questions, all in favor say aye. Thank you. Okay, Blake. Plateau.
Moving on to award of contract for Plateau Excavation, the low bidder for Paulding Commerce Park infrastructure. Bids were received a couple of weeks ago. We had 9 bids submitted, and the low bidder was Plateau Excavation. The bid package has been reviewed by our consultant Arcadis, and they have recommended that we award the project to Plateau Excavation. As a side note, Plateau is doing the site work as well for Interroll, so they will have both the Interroll site as well as our infrastructure coming in. So that cuts way down the amount of coordination that will have to take place between us and Panatone on the Interroll site. So this is really a best case scenario for us, that the contractor who was already doing the site work was the low bidder on the
How
infrastructure.
much was the bid?
1.38 million, so came in about 100,000 below the engineer's estimate.
Well, that's a good company, so.
It is, we've worked with them before, obviously, on the airport, so. So I'd like to get that approved if we can.
Need a motion?
Move to award the bid to the low bidder.
Need a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We can have it.
I have a brother working at Plateau.
Okay. Contract for construction administration.
On the construction administration inspection services for the same project, for the infrastructure for the Paulding Commerce Park going into the Interroll, our consultant who had designed the project was Arcadis, as you're all aware. They submitted a contract to us for those construction administration inspection services for $107,000. I went back to Arcadis and told them that I thought that number was high. As you're all aware, we don't bid professional services. We don't bid engineering services, but I did tell them I thought that number was high, that I thought they needed to revisit it. They came back and said that they felt like that the number was fair, and that was the number that they were asking for. So at that point, I reached out to Croy Engineering. You all know Croy. Jim's here on the back row today in the audience. Croy has done inspection services for us on the film studio, as well as a number of other projects for different departments in the county. Croy did submit a proposal to us to do the construction administration and inspection services for an amount not to exceed $58,500. So this is about $50,000 cheaper than what Arcadis wanted to do the work. In all honesty, I think the difference in the two is that this project for Arcadis was designed out of their Chattanooga office. So they didn't have local people working on it, had folks up in Chattanooga working on it, which I think creates some difficulties for them in trying to manage a job from another state. So Jim and Croy are next door. They've got folks here all the time working on projects in Paulding County. So I think logistically, it's an easier project for the handle than what it is for Arcadis. I don't think there'll be any difference whatsoever in the quality of the service that we get. Arcadis is a absolute top-notch worldwide company, and Troy is an absolutely top-notch Georgia-based company. So
Amen.
I would advise at this point that we award the construction administration and inspection services to Troy.
If Bob Barker was here, he'd say the price is right. Mr. Troy, come on down.
Thank you.
So moved.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Thank you.
The next agenda item is approval of the release of the steel damaged in the corporate hangar collapse in February. We'd like to remove the steel from the airport. As all of you are aware, OSHA had requested initially that we keep the steel on site. So we did relocate the steel from the corporate hangar building up on top of the hill, which is where it has been for the last 7 months. We have not received any further communication from OSHA whatsoever in the last 7 months. So at this point, I would like to get that steel out of here. It has a value to it to be recycled. So as opposed to just having that money sitting in an empty container up on top of the hill, that we're actually paying a monthly rent on the container that's sitting in. I'd like to go ahead and get that steel out of here and get it checked.
Do we need approval from OSHA to move?
We don't need approval from OSHA. OSHA had already released us to remove the steel from the site. They requested that we keep it on the airfield for a period of time. They requested that we do it for a year. We told them we would do it for at least 6 months. There was no written agreement of any kind to that nature. They requested a year. We told them to do it for 6 months. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no legal reason or no liability in terms of doing it. And I'd like to just get it out.
Won't we need any lawsuits or anything?
You know what, our inspections have been done. Our insurance company has done everything that they're going to do in terms of their inspections of the steel. So I don't see any benefit to us in retaining it.
Tom, is there any reason we should notify OSHA that we're moving that steel?
I mean, we could, I mean, they've been out and inspected as well, so I don't know any reason to. I mean, it's okay to certainly notify them that you're going to, like, give them a real short window to object to it, but I don't think they're going to.
I think that'd be the prudent thing to do, just get it in writing, send a certified letter that as of whatever date, the steel will be removed.
January the 1st, we're gonna sell it or something.
Sounds good. And I don't know that we actually need to vote on that. That's just direction from the board. I'll just get that. All right, moving on, we have agenda item E, approve some common agreement to lease the 700 square feet in the terminal building used as office space with an option for expansion. We have covered that item. I think everyone's familiar with it. If there's any questions, I'll be glad to address them.
So moved.
Who's second? All in favor, say aye. Thank you.
And then I do need to add one agenda item that I inadvertently left off, and I apologize for that. The Haddad project, which is going in the West Dallas Industrial Park, in the Dallas Industrial Park, we have hired Chris Cochran to be our construction manager on that project. Chris has bid out the initial site work on the project. We sought out bids from all Paulding County-based site work contractors, as well as those that were members of the chamber. So we solicited bids from 15 contractors. We had 4 of the 15 that submitted bids, 5 if you count Watkins Erosion Control, which only submitted on the erosion control, they didn't submit on anything else. But we had 4 that submitted bids on all of the site work. You should have in your backup documentation a summary of bids. The four bidders were Little E Grading, Thompson Grading, CNL Contractors, and Integrity. At this point in time, they submitted bids on all of the work that you see, which was grading, water, erosion control, storm sewer, and sanitary sewer. However, we are in the process of making some changes to the stormwater, storm sewer, and sanitary sewer. So what I'd like to do is, for the time being, pull the storm and sanitary out of the bid until we get those final changes done. But I do need to go ahead and award the grading, the water, and erosion so that we can get that project started and stay on the schedule. So,
Do you have the other copies of that? We
It's
don't have
behind
it.
the airport, it's in the airport.
sorry about that, somehow it got in the airport.
It's got a contractor thing on the front, it's 2 pages.
But what you'll see is that the low bidder for the work that we're going to award, the grading, the water, and the erosion was CNL Contractors. And CNL Contractors also was the low bidder for the entire package. So fortunately, in this case, we don't have a discrepancy. We don't have one low bidder on the total package and one low bidder on the first three work items. The low bidder is the same on both. So I feel 100% comfortable with going ahead and awarding those first three components of work to CNL. And then what we'll do is we'll take new bids on the storm and the sanitary as soon as Jonathan Jones with Gaskins has finalized those revisions and have them approved by the city guys.
CNL did the site work for the movie project.
Yes, that's right. They did a good film studio, did a fantastic job, for managed that project, and we had no issues at all. So,
And Paulding Company.
okay.
That's Paulding Company.
It is a Paulding company, that's correct.
So today, you just want to release the C&L contractors to work.
Yes.
To approve the contract to the low bidder, which is CNL,
So moved.
for those three items, those.
No other questions, all in favor say aye.
That's all of our voting items. We do have some reports, but I know we have a couple of folks who need to leave.
So we need to go to executive session first.
We're not gonna move the executive session.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and
Okay, you can start the report.
skip that. Please, we'll start.
I've already passed.
Report from the Atlanta Film Studio, spoken with Jeremy and Nick this week. They're planning on being in town next week for some meetings. They currently have 6 holds on the facility. As y'all are aware, a hold doesn't mean that they're going to come in and start shooting, but it means that they're interested in it for specific dates and have asked you to put on the calendar for those specific dates. So of the 6 holds, 2 of those start in December and the other 4 start in January. So the activity is still very, very high, and I'm certainly anticipating that we'll have a contract either in December or January for one of those 6 homes. Other than that, everything else at the film studio is as reported last month. We finished up with the construction on the 2 suites, 102 and 103, and we do have some other move-in activity going on from Pascal and Nevada. Moving on to B, the update on the water tank. As all of you have seen when you drove in today, the water tank is primarily complete. They're doing some piping on the inside, and expect to have that project completed on time and on budget. The update on the Dallas Industrial Park, you just approved the contract to begin the work on the Haddad site. We are still taking bids on the intersection reconfiguration, both externally and internally to the park, and we'll have those next month in December to be awarded. Report from Chief.
Wow. We had our legislative listening day about a week ago, and it was very successful. Our business retention program that we put together is going very well, and the board of directors passed their 2013 legislative agenda. I failed to bring it to you, but I will email you all. Fundraiser was successful. We sold 300 tickets to our first draw, and lots of fun. Everybody's requesting it again next year. So.
report from Great West Georgia Joint Development Authority. Allen has had to leave early, so we will be updating that next month. Likewise, Jimmy Gilbert was not able to be here today. He was en route to South Carolina for the holidays. I did inadvertently skip over the update for Commerce Park. I think everyone's aware now, I hope you are, that we get to close on the property in Interlochen. So that deal is done. That was probably the longest, most drawn out closing I've ever been involved in my life, but nonetheless, it's done.
It's done. They own the property.
They own the property. I guess when you're dealing with folks from another continent, things take a little bit longer to get done, but it seemed to be the folks from Carrollton that kind of slowed it down the most. But nonetheless, they are now completing the final design on the building, and of course, as you know from the approval below, Plateau is going to award the contract, so we expect to break ground actually next week. So that project is on a very, very tight schedule with some very stiff liquidated damages, so it's going to be good.
Are we doing the groundbreaking?
Not until the building comes up out of the ground.
Interest, that ought to be designed to the park.
The entrance is actually already there. The county DOT built the entrance.
I'm talking about sign.
Yeah, we haven't designed that yet. We need to wait until Interlo's building starts
Okay.
coming up, and then we would like to have their input on the design of the entrance and also. Our infrastructure project included just a lump sum item for landscaping, that did not include anything for signage.
Okay.
That's all I've got.
I do want to make you aware that the city of Dallas last month annexed and rezoned 88 acres, is that correct, Ed?
80-something.
80 plus acres for industrial use at the southwest intersection of 278 Palisades Parkway, and it abuts the Greystone property. It's owned by the Tippett's family, so that's another 88 acres. It's in the opportunity zone, I do believe, and available for development, so we put that in your pipeline.
Are we on have we done a budget?
For
This
FY
year,
13,
yes.
yes, we should have approved that back in September. We can revisit that next month if you'd like. We'll do it in the calendar year update on the budget. That'll be 6 months in, so it'll be appropriate to do that at that time.
Anything else? Thank y'all very much. Meeting's adjourned.
Happy Thanksgiving.